What's happening, guys? Kevin here from SportsBoxBreaks.com, coming at you live on a Friday, November 3rd, 2023. I am breaking 2022 Topps Archives 6 Series Retired Player Baseball. This is the Hit Draft 10 box, count them out, 10 boxes, break number 5. Guys, don't be confused. Jason did one of these a couple days ago, which was the 23 version of the product. This 22 version of the product is the one that's been here in Vegas filling up for a while. So this is 2022 Archive 6 Series 10 box break number 5. Okay, guys, the way we do these is every single person that buys in, we only sell 10 spots. So everybody that buys in is essentially buying a box. Using random.org, we determine the order of which the selection process will get to work. So I'm going to open all these, we're going to see them, and then we'll run a random to determine who gets top pick selection and so on. There's only 4 participants in the break in total because multiple guys have multiple spots. So Matthew VDG is not available to watch it happen live. And I believe Tom C, unless Tom chimes in the next couple of minutes, Tom C is not going to be available. So any spots that Matthew VDG has and any spots that Tom C has, Greg Z, one of our longtime breakers, is going to act as proxy picker. So Matthew VDG, I did give your criteria selection, St. Louis Yankees or highest value. Tom C is also a Yankees guy, also high value, obviously. So here we go, guys. Let's use random.org first of all to determine who's going to get the good picking selection. So here's random.org. And here's my list of participants. So this represents Matthew VDG. I just have names truncated here for a little bit more privacy. David S is in the chat. He's here live. Here's Matthew VDG again. Here's Matthew F. So there are 2 Matthews in the break. Here's Tom C. And we go down. Matthew VDG has 3 of the last remaining spots. So let's use the dice roller to give us a number. The one caveat, if we ever roll a 2, we always go 3 times for a more true random. We have not a 2, we have a 9, 5 plus 4. So we're going 9 times on this list. Here's 1, 2, that's 3, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 times on the randoming. So Matthew VDG does come up in the top slot. Tom C comes up in the second. Matt F comes up in the third. David comes up in the fourth. And then 2 more here for Matthew VDG. David comes up in the 7th, and then these will be easy because the last 3 by default will just automatically go to Matthew VDG. So we only have to choose really down to number 7 here. So let me copy this over as it sits. And I've got a second. Let me get my list. Random worksheet up here. So there is the list the same way as you see it on random.org. So I'm going to take random.org off screen. And what I'm going to do is open these boxes and I will put the available selections over here. And then it'll come time to make the picks and we'll do it as such. Let me squash this down a tad bit. I'll increase it in size as we go. I just want some real estate on screen here to be able to see what we're doing. All right, here we go, guys. Let me just highlight Matthew F because Matthew F is here. So he's going to make his own choice. David is here. He's going to make his own selections. David's right there. And I think that's it, right? Yes, yes. Okay. The ones that are not highlighted in yellow are going to be the proxy picks. All right, guys. I'm expecting to see some one-of-ones out of this stuff because that's usually the way this product works. One-of-ones are plentiful. Not a 1-of-1 to start, but a pretty cool card. Let me get the focus going for us. 1 second. Burt by 11. So 84 of 99. Little by 11. Pittsburgh Pirates. So let me notate it here. So available is going to be by 11, 2. 99. Okay, there's the first one. And I'll pull these back up into the camera view in greater detail if you guys can't see them or want to see them a second time as you're making your choices and so on. All right, second box. Here we go. And like I said, I know that's tiny in the top corner right now. I will make that bigger once we get to it. What do we got? Little Joe Carter, Blue Jays, 16 of 77. 16 of 77, Joe Carter. And if you want to see, I didn't mention this up front, but these 10 boxes came out of a 20-box sealed case. Go back to the previous break of this exact product that took place in Vegas, and you'll see me open it, and I will choose the first 10 out of there. And then this is the second 10 batch out of that sealed case. So Joe Carter. And the numbering on that was 277. Okay, Carter auto to 77 is out. Let's get a couple of these sliced up at a time, shall we? All right, what do we got? Steve Finley. 2 out of 52, some old school Astros action. 2 out of 52. They're calling me a liar on this one. We're not pulling one of ones out of this particular one, but decent cards nonetheless. 2 out of 52. Steve Finley. All right. Next up. Howard Johnson. Love his clam strips and sherbet. 9 out of 61. All-Star. Mets. Johnson auto 261. 1991. Good year. So Johnson auto. I'm really dating myself by saying I love his fried clam strips. Howard Johnson restaurants haven't existed in decades, right? All right. When I was a kid, we had an RV and traveled around the country in this RV, staying in RV parks and all that stuff, and Howard Johnson's Hojo was like a staple of our family dinners. Well, it's not one of these breaks without a Jose appearance. So Jose Canseco auto. Numbering on that one is a 51 out of 58. It's tough to see up there. 51 out of 58, Mr. Canseco, the man who keeps my cars dirty. Actually, I think he sold that car wash here in Vegas. Canseco auto, and it is to 58. All right. All right, we're halfway through it, guys. Here come the next 5. All right, numbering to 54, we got a Garrett Anderson. Anderson auto to 54. 47 out of 54, Garrett Anderson. All right, empty. Next. All right, what do we got? Jason Kendall. Jason Kendall to 79. 20 of 79. Jason Kendall. Tops 2,000. And that was numbered to 79. Empty box. 3 left. Can we get at least 1 or 2 one-of-ones on here? Numbers getting lower, but still not a 1-of-1. How about an Andrew Jones? Andrew Jones to 12. Braves to 12. That's pretty cool. Andrew Jones, 9 out of 12. All right. That's empty. 2 boxes left. Thanks, Mike. Yeah, she's doing better, but she's still pretty under the weather, so it's she hasn't been able to eat anything in like almost 3 days. What do we got? We got some Dodgers to 96. Is it Gagne? To 96. 33 of 96. What year, what era are we looking at? 90s, right? Free agent 7/26/95. Numbering is 296. All right, last one, fellas, last one. What do we got? Got some St. Louis Cardinals action. 25 out of 42. Rafael Furcal to 42. So interesting 10 cards out of these. Pretty unexpected, to be honest, but hey, you get what you get. So last one is going to be St. Louis to 42. Oh, I'm smashing my camera. And that is empty. All right, picking time is here, guys. And I will bring any of these back up into view if you guys want them back up into view. I'm going to expand this out so you can see the different selections which are available. And first up is going to be Matthew VDG, which is going to be Greg picking for Matthew. And then Greg, you'll be up next for Tom C as well. If you want me to bring any of them up into the camera, Greg, I will certainly do that. St. Louis Yankees or highest value is Matthew's picking criteria. The pick number one, let's see. All right, so pick number one, which is going to be Matthew V. Greg is picking this from Matthew, so for Colts 42, so I'm going to notate that. Give me a sec. So there's the first pick. That's going to be Matthew VDG. I'm just notating it like that so that there's no confusion, considering we have two Matthews. And then the second pick, which is also going to be a proxy pick, is going to be Andrew Jones to 12. So the Andrew Jones to 12, and that's going to be Tom C's selection. Tom, thank you as always. Tom's been with us almost from day one. Tom has been around for the better part of our duration of doing these breaks, which, believe it or not, guys, is 9 years, which is crazy. Matt F. is already in the chat, so let me take these guys off the available side. Give me a sec. So, this is going to be right there. The Tom C gets the Jones. Matt F. went with the Canseco. So Matt F. gets the Canseco. Matt, I don't know if you've heard me talk about my Canseco story ever before. So I don't know if you know, but I live here in Vegas, right? And there was this car wash I used to use. The guys in the chat that have been around forever are like, Jesus Christ, this story again? Yes, this story again. And I used to use this car wash. They were on Groupon all the time. And you can get a car wash, interior, exterior, with wax for some crazy, crazy cheap number. David's going with the Finley. So the Finley for David. And then, what do you know, out of the blue, Jose Canseco buys the car wash. So Canseco lives out here in Vegas. He buys the car wash and rebrands it to Jose Canseco's Showtime Car Wash. And now a $15 interior exterior car wash with wax turns into like a $70. And I'm furious. I'm like, son of a bitch, Canseco, you killed me, right? So it's like our running joke here between the crew. So Kathy, my fiance, goes to Cameo. If you guys know what Cameo is, you can hire like I don't know, you could hire all kinds of celebrities from like A-list down to like Z-list celebrities to do little shout outs to people. Well, she has them do a cameo talking about like, go to my car wash, get your car washed, stop being a cheapskate. All right, pick 5, Joe Carter. So Carter to 77. Greg Z is picking the Carter for the next one. That's going to be Matthews. And then pick 6 is the Blyleven, right? So these are the next 2 in that order. It's going to be Matthew V on both of those. So anyway, he gives me he gives like a 2-minute long cameo, you know, telling me not to be a cheapskate, go get my car washed at his car wash, blah blah blah. I'm thinking he's going to offer a freebie, right? No, he doesn't offer a freebie. And that's it. That's the whole story. But it was just pretty funny that he actually went into detail and like addressed the fact that he's gouging people at his car wash. And, you know. All right, Joe Carter was one of Matthews. And then the Blyleven is off the board now for the second. So Dave S., you got the choice out of 4 of them. And then the last 3 are going to go to Matthew by default. So if you want to see any of them, Dave, Anderson, you got it, sir. The Anderson auto to 54. There she is. He is. So that's going to be for David S. Getting the Anderson. There it is. And then the last 3 by sheer default are going to be going to Matthew VDG. So those 3 are going to be the Johnson, the Kendall, and the Gosnake. I'm sure I'm crushing the pronunciation of like a Hall of Famer or something here, but that's what I do. All right, guys, that's going to do it for the whole shebang. We don't do these super often, but they're fun breaks. We'd like to do more of them, but let us know if you guys have any products in mind. The homer off Canseco's head. A lot of good Canseco stories in the mix, whether direct or indirect, right? So thanks again, guys. I'll have these shipped out to you in the next shipping batch leaving Vegas. And everybody that bought in, thanks a bunch for getting it filled, guys. Do appreciate it.